Hey everyone. Okay, so just to get the one criticism I have out of the way first, I was kind of hoping to see more of Dorian Broggy in the episode. Like even when they were, it's one of those things where even when they were teasing the preview for this episode, I knew they weren't going to see them until the end. But even so, I was hoping to get a little bit more. But again, it's one of those things where I can't be too mad either because that just means we get a full episode next week of them absolutely wrecking the place. So at least we still have that to look forward to. Although I do have to say, maybe it's just the curse of reading from week to week, not including breaks. But like I like I said last week, when I look at this episode of Vacuum and seeing the Giants return, it felt like I waited less time to see them Giants return in the anime than the time it took to see them return in the manga. Like I don't again, it could just be that curse of seeing of like a week to week schedule with the manga, but it's like yeah, somehow this took less. This felt like it took less time just for us to get at this point. I don't know why, and maybe it's just that these episodes have also been so engaging that it's kind of easy to just get lost in it and whatnot. Outside of that one issue, though, this episode was amazing. Like, and I know this term gets thrown around a lot with One Piece and like a lot of anime in general nowadays, but the quality of this episode from every technical level, from art, animation, storyboarding, directing, it felt like a movie, like in episode format. That just how it felt from the way the scale and scope of this episode was portrayed, and I think I said this when I reviewed this part of Egghead in the manga, but if I didn't, I'll say it here. Vegapunk, you glorious fucking bastard. I guess I shouldn't be too surprised him being the smartest man in the world, but the fact that he crafted an override feature that would allow Bonnie to take control of the Pacifitas when hearing her command to protect her, like, it's something so simple yet so brilliant, and just the perfect final fuck you to Saturn and the government, which, yeah, on that note, we do see Saturn kill Vegapunk in this episode, or deal a killing blow to him, and this is something that the arc has been building up to since the beginning, that in some way, shape, or form, Vegapunk would die. But even though that is the case, there is a genuine like, even though Vegapunk is going to die, there is a genuine catharsis to seeing Vegapunk kind of get the last laugh in this moment, as really all Saturn did in that moment was take out his frustration. On Vegapunk and just screwing him over again and again. But that in itself, just killing Vegapunk didn't really change the situation at hand with the pacifistas, and it most certainly did not change the itty-bitty issue of Luffy coming back with a vengeance as Nika, like, which, yeah, seeing her father's hero, the hero of legend with her own eyes, like, that's gotta be the happiest moment of her life, seeing his, like, happiest moment of her life. But and it really is a moment of seeing is believing for Bonnie, and I love how even then it does still kind of tie back to Kuma, that it's because Kuma saved the Straw Hats that day that made this moment in time even possible. And I do gotta say this once again, this is an episode that it's really a moment that for me just kind of really illustrates that it's because of someone like Kuma's self-sacrifice that kind of allowed Luffy to even be in this time and place and be who he is now, I guess, in a way. Like, even though the circumstances of him becoming Nika are probably pure coincidence, the efforts that led him to this point are not. It's all because of everyone else supporting him that allowed this to happen. And so, with that said, there is one other thing I do gotta say. I'm going to be taking out my anger a bit on this one. This is once again one of many episodes. This is an episode out of many that further cement the Marines as a bunch of fucking idiots to me. Like, first off, the very first scene of the episode has them wait until Luffy is done eating for them to actually say, oh hey, maybe we should put cuffs on him. Like, motherfuckers, are you serious? You're operating on stormtrooper logic with this shit. And honestly, I think stormtroopers are smarter than them in this moment. Like, and then, and then, when the Marines on those Marines that are out on the ocean, taking part in the Buster Call. They see the giant warrior pirate ship approaching, and that this said ship is like what 3, 5 times, maybe even 10 times the size of their ship. They think fire on it to command, like just go ahead and fire on it rather than let's I don't know, say get the fuck out of the way so they don't crush us. Like, again, I know I'm getting hung up on an organization in this world that are typically 75% of the time used as fodder to make the protagonists look good, but with us being in the time skip, I tend to cast my mind back to Jean Bay's warning after Fishman Island that the Marines had grown more hardened in their pursuit of justice, and naturally also assumed that would have made them more competent and more of a threat. But yeah, I see the one thing that hasn't changed with the Marines is they're still lacking common fucking sense. Like, good job, guys. Keep disappointing me. And unless you're an admiral or a relevant character in this organization, you are consistently awful. So yeah, good job, guys. Keep fucking up. Again, I know I'm probably getting needlessly angry at an organization that should disappoint me I should already expect to disappoint me, but seriously, like, this is the new world, motherfuckers. Why are you making such basically stupid decisions? Just saying. Also, I guess while I'm on the subject of the Marines, while I'm not as angry about this as some others might be, I do admit it is getting a little annoying that we keep getting robbed of even seeing a tease of what a potential Sanji versus Kizaru fight could look like. And this episode kind of put that on full display with Sanji not even being able to get a kick in. Although, I don't know, maybe that's Oda's way of hinting he needs to improve before he can even fight Kizaru. I don't know. But it would have been nice to just see a little bit of a fight. With that said, I do have to take back what I said about the new opening. Like, I know I said I was mixed on it before, but after listening to it a few more times, it actually is way better than I thought it was. Although my thoughts on the ending still do kind of stand. Like, it's not a terrible ending, but it still feels like a very weird one. But again, that opening, like I said before, it's so spoiler-filled, yet simultaneously every frame of it feels like it's painting a picture of the future. That those that continue the fight are the ones who will shape what the future will be for the world, and the music reflects that feeling of hope that even in the darkness there is going to be hope for the future. But yeah, guys, that's all I got. But that's all I got for this review, guys. If you enjoyed the video, like, comment, subscribe. I'm on Blue Sky, Analyst Crunchyroll, push notification bell, hit the subscribe button, and just share it for everyone, guys. Dark Knight, everyone, signing off. Later, everyone.